What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today's video is all about NPCs and FPV. I'm going to talk about what they are, why you should care, and what you should do about them if you encounter them in the wild, as we say. Cue that intro. So what is an NPC? An NPC is a non-player character in video game terms. It's a person that seemingly comes out of nowhere and gets right in the way of your flight line or otherwise disrupts your flying. Everybody that flies drones or fixed wing or really anything knows what an NPC is. They're extremely irritating, but you can't get mad at them. They're not doing anything wrong. They're just enjoying their day the same way that you're enjoying your day. But whenever they're out there, you have to be careful to avoid them, to fly around them. Don't fly at them. Don't fly right over them. Just please be careful. Now, they can come from pretty much anywhere. They can come from a car. They can come from the woods. They can come from seemingly thin air. They'll appear out of nowhere. You just gotta be watching for them. So why should you care about NPCs in this hobby? Why does it matter? Why should you even be watching this video? Well, it's pretty simple. Recently, the FAA has been cracking down on drones with all the new drone laws they've been passing, with remote ID and all the guidelines and the trust test and on and on and on. There's so many laws and regulations now. You might ask yourself, why? Why are there so many laws now? Well, part of it, of course, is the big companies like Amazon trying to get airspace clearance and all of that stuff, but there's also incidents where one person does something stupid and hits somebody else or flies poorly and maybe they crash into a house. Laws are created because of that type of thing, generally speaking. You don't want to be the guy or girl that gets a law made specifically for you or specifically because of you. Don't be that guy, please. We have enough of those people. So everyone that's watching this, you should all care about NPCs in this hobby, because even though they're not taking part in your activity, they are kind of part of it, because if they're around, there's a danger. You want to try to minimize that danger as much as you possibly can. Just don't be an idiot. So what are some things you can do to minimize your chances of causing an accident and creating a law, whether you meant to or not? Well, there's a few things you can do. Number one, before you even go out to fly, always scope out your area. Now, maybe that means Google Maps, or maybe that means talking to someone that's been there before, but you want to get an idea of the type of environment that you're going to be flying in. For example, you're not going to want to go to a school at, I don't know, say noon on a Tuesday during the school year. That's just a bad decision because of two things. Number one, it's a school. There's going to be a lot of people there, especially during the school year. And number two, it's because of little kids. Little kids love drones and they love to run around and run right up to the drone, and they're unpredictable. Before you even go fly, think about the location you're going to be in and the types of NPCs, if any, that you might encounter while you're there. It's an important first step, and you can avoid a lot of potential hazards just by doing that. Next thing, when you get there to your flying site, do a walk around. Look for any potential areas where people might be coming from. Maybe it's a road or a path or some trees that lead up to a neighborhood. Anything like that. Look for those types of things, because then you can identify, where should I look for potential spots for a person to come through and maybe disrupt my flying or get in the way. Now, this is true anyways, regardless of NPCs or what topic I'm talking about. Whenever you go flying, you should bring a spotter. That's according to the FAA guidelines. Does everyone do it? No. I think we pretty much all know that not everybody follows those laws all the time, but you should. They are there for our safety. I'm not saying that I agree with all of them, but they're there for a reason. And a lot of the times it was because people did stupid things or they weren't safe with what they're doing. Bring a spotter, because the spotter can help you look for NPCs. It's very helpful. All right, the last point here I want to touch on. Now, this is applicable to pretty much every scenario. I will always preach this for pretty much anything. If somebody does get in your way or somebody comes up to you, always be nice. don't be a dick and don't turn them away. Just talk to them a little bit, show them a few tricks on your drone, or tell them what you're doing, or if you have a little screen with you, show them the flight. People like that. And by building that relationship with the community, we can get the word out about this hobby that it's not some like super sketchy, super dangerous hobby. It's just fun, and the people doing it are nice people, they're responsible people. That is what we want to get out there. We don't want the people flying crazy around parks, right over people's heads, or right at people's houses and neighborhoods. That's not what we want. So if somebody comes up to you, just be nice to them. Entertain them, talk to them, be nice. That's good advice in general, just be nice. All right, well, that's going to wrap this one up. I hope you guys learned something, and just please be careful out there, because the more stupid people making stupid mistakes that we have in this hobby, the more laws get made and the harder it gets for us to buy the components we need and do the hobby we love. But if you like this video, feel free to check out some other ones from my channel. I've got freestyle videos, I've got cinematic stuff, I've got vlogs, I've got hiking stuff, I've got all sorts of stuff that I think you guys would be into. But until next time, drop me a like down below, feel free to comment, please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.